So today we have the two biggest enemies in the Monsterverse going head to head. King Ghidorah versus MechaGodzilla. Who wins? Oh, let's find out. When it comes to a monster battle, size is very important. So we need to talk about it. And both of these guys were massive, as both were bigger than Godzilla. King Ghidorah stood over 500 feet tall and weighed over 140,000 tons. Over 140,000 tons. But although his size hasn't been said, or at least not yet, Mechagodzilla was bigger than Godzilla, who is about 400 feet tall and weighed over 90,000 tons. So he's probably over 100,000 tons at least, and probably about 420 feet tall, something like that. Uh, Even yet, though, Ghidorah is still bigger than Mechagodzilla. But although size is important, it isn't everything. So, who's stronger? Well, Ghidorah easily physically overpowered and restrained Rodan. Clashing with Godzilla created a giant shockwave. His wings easily busted out of Antarctica's ice and destroyed two skyscrapers with ease. He was consistently overpowering Godzilla, pushing him back, slamming him to the ground, and even lifting him thousands of feet in the air. Also, one of his heads was able to break out of Mothra's webs. But Mecha busted out of a mountain, easily destroyed buildings just by walking, overpowered Kong and throw him around, and effortlessly restrained a full grown skull crawler. But it's his fight with Godzilla I want to talk about. He completely ragdolled and overpowered the king of the monsters, slamming him headfirst through several buildings, knocking him to the ground, and just completely wrecking him, dominating him. Godzilla has never been manhandled like that before. Not even Ghidorah did that well against Godzilla. But don't forget, Ghidorah had the upper hand over a juiced up Godzilla, while Mechagodzilla was destroying a weakened and exhausted Godzilla. With all that being said, I'd say they're fairly even when it comes to just raw physical strength. What about durability? Well, Ghidorah's scales and hide are incredibly tough. Bullets and missiles do absolutely nothing. He shrugged off being rammed through a skyscraper, and after being pushed back by Godzilla's atomic breath, he survived being frozen for at least several centuries, uh, and he was unaffected by the oxygen destroyer bomb due to his physiology. He even had an incredible healing factor, seeing that he quickly regrew one of his heads. And although burning Godzilla easily killed him, he did survive a couple of his atomic pulses. But being a mech means Mecha is made out of metal, and a tough metal at that. He easily took attacks from Godzilla and Kong. Several hits from Kong's War Axe, while depowered, and being rammed through a skyscraper, all with little damage. And although Kong's juiced up War Axe is what killed him, he didn't actually die until Kong cut off his head, as he was still functional after Kong cut his arm off and just being sliced up. I think Ghidorah's healing factor gives him the edge here. And now, speed. Speed is actually very interesting to talk about when it comes to these two monsters. Ghidorah could run surprisingly fast, and his heads strike Godzilla with incredible speed like a snake as well. He also dodged Godzilla's atomic breath just by weaving his heads around it. He could also fly at a max speed of 550 knots, which is over 630 miles per hour, which isn't far off from the speed of sound. He's definitely got faster travel speed, but I think Mechagodzilla is faster in a fight due to the boosters in his back. This allowed him to easily outmaneuver Godzilla, who was able to match Ghidorah's combat speed. So, Ghidorah is bigger and has a healing factor, while Mecha is faster in combat. Now, onto versatility. Ghidorah can manipulate the weather, as upon waking up, he caused a Category 6 hurricane, which is massive. Uh, but his most prominent attack is his gravity beams, a powerful electrical blast projected from one, two, or all three of his heads. It one-shotted Rodan, literally vaporized Mothra, and hurt Godzilla, although it could not put Godzilla down. Just having three heads, though, that can attack opposed to just one is an advantage. He can also amp himself by absorbing electrical energy, just like he did with Boston's power grid. But being a robot means Mechagodzilla has a lot of weapons and versatility. He had several missiles throughout his entire body, and these were able to really stagger and even hurt Godzilla. He could amp his punches. He could spin the tip of his tail like a drill. And although we didn't see what this could do, what it was capable of, it probably could have messed up Kong's skull. And finally, he has his atomic beam. This easily killed a skull crawler, sliced right through buildings, hurt Godzilla and Kong, even sent Godzilla flying back, and even overpowered Godzilla's atomic breath. So, who wins? Well, let's go back to their fights with Godzilla. Let's look at that. Look at those again. Ghidorah had a great fight with an amped Godzilla, while MechaGodzilla destroyed a weakened and exhausted Godzilla. Despite Godzilla being weakened beforehand, I still think Mecha's fight with Godzilla is more impressive because it's not like Godzilla was completely out of breath and down and out and couldn't fight back. No, he had plenty of energy to fight Mechagodzilla, and yet he got destroyed in a 1v1 fight. Um, and no one has ever destroyed and dominated Godzilla like that, ever. Not the Mutos, not Kong, and yeah, not King Ghidorah either. Not to mention, he went on to dominate both Godzilla and Kong and probably would have beat them if that guy didn't spill his alcohol on that machine, completely messing him up. I don't see Ghidorah doing that well against both of them. Yeah, I'm siding with MechaGodzilla on this one. MechaGodzilla wins. Like and subscribe if you did enjoy. Leave a comment of what you think and hit the notification bell to be notified of all my future videos and other great stuff. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.